Good afternoon, and it is afternoon now. I'm Kimball Sargent, and I am your self care coach. And we are about to start a 12-week journey as we take off and figure out how to make your wellness sanctuary. It's always been my belief that we needed to set our homes up so that they were a healthy, safe place. When we go out in the world and we're working and we're rushing kids around and all, when you get home, you want home to be that place that you can relax, that you don't have to think about a lot of things, that you can just enjoy. You want it to be a place that other people feel comfortable. You want it to be a place that your children feel comfortable. And now the buzzword is safer at home. And that really is true. I know that we are all longing for that day when we can be out and about and eating in restaurants and hanging out with friends and traveling. But over the last 5 months, most of us have spent more time in our home than probably we have in years. I know that I have. I'm an avid traveler, it's one of my favorite hobbies. But we want home to be that safe place. And we hear the elected officials and the doctors telling us that we need to be safer at home. And home is where we raise our children and take care of ourselves. So, what does that mean and what does it mean to you? So, over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to each week talk about what things that you need in order to be safe at home. We're going to talk about what are the energy pieces that make us safe at home. What is it that we need in order to feel safe there? We're going to talk about the air. Just yesterday, I was looking and I saw that they talk about the air quality. Now, we've always talked about secondhand smoke, but now it's about secondhand air. And where we breathe air, we're all breathing it. And this virus hangs around. There was a research article that said that particles could stay in the air for 14 to 16 hours. So, how do we make sure that we have the safest air available? And I'll also give you tips about if someone in your house is sick, not necessarily with COVID, but it could be, just on ways to handle that. We've got to look at our water and hydration because hydration is so important for everybody in the family. It's important for your sleep, it's important for your body to detoxify, it's important for the body's immune system, it's important for being able to concentrate. And if you're working from home and it's looking like kids will possibly be doing at least part of their school time at home, how do you solve that? And there's lots of concerns over tap water and bottled water and the solutions. So I want to help give you some simple solutions there. Now, food is fuel. So that is going to be another thing that I'm going to cover with you because your nutrition will have a lot to do with how well you're concentrating, how well you're handling the stress, how the kids are doing, behaviors. Nutrition is essential. The food we eat is essential. And also talking a little bit about our kitchens and how we set them up and how we enjoy this time. You know, Food is fuel, but you can also make food and nutrition time fun and something that helps the family out. We're probably not going out to eat as much as we did, and yet that's an experience that we all enjoy. And we want to have that in our wellness home, in our wellness sanctuary. We want to cover that and how we make that the most fun. And then there's sleep. And I'm noticing I do a lot of coaching, and one of the things that's coming up again and again is that children and adults are staying up later, and sometimes they're sleeping in and sometimes they're not. But if our home is really going to be our wellness sanctuary, we've got to get enough rest. We'll even talk some about naps. But I want to teach you how sleep is a huge piece of that wellness sanctuary that you're going to create for yourself. We're going to talk about color. The colors in your rooms really do affect your moods. I've heard that paint stores are doing great and painters are doing great because all of a sudden people are home. And when they're home, they might have noticed that they didn't like those white walls, or maybe they had walls with all kinds of crazy colors, and that was more stimulation. So, we're going to talk about how you color and decorate your home and how that helps create your wellness sanctuary. Also, routine. You may have a routine. When we first started this lockdown, I did a lot of teaching people how to create a routine in their house that made them feel more in control of their lives, how to help the kids with schoolwork and all of that. But recently I've heard people say that the kids got out of school and everything just kind of went, and people are feeling very discombobulated, a little bit overwhelmed. And so we're going to go over some possible routines that you could put together. And you can create your own, but having some type of routine will help your home feel safer for you. Now, even though we're not getting out a lot, we need to think about socialization and having fun. Just the other day, I was speaking with a colleague, and she said, when we first did lockdown, I did really good. And I realized there were some Zooms and things that I got on with people where we just chatted. It didn't have anything to do with business. And she said, then I stopped those and I started feeling overwhelmed. So I'm going to offer you some simple solutions for getting together with some outdoor get togethers, which really lower your risk factors of picking up viruses in this time, and also how you can create socialization using the internet and help yourself feel more connected socially. I'm going to spend a whole session talking about working from home and what are the things that you can do. And some of this work from home stuff will also tie in with how you help children who are being homeschooled. From what I've seen, all of the different options that they're looking at have some portion of the time that children will be homeschooled, at least partially. And if you're working from home, then how does that look? And how do you keep everybody going? In fact, just the other day, a teenager that I was talking with said, Kimball, I need your help. Because when I went to school, I went the first period, second period, third period, and it just all worked together. And she says, I just don't know how to get my work done. I just get so confused and then I don't get anything done. So we're going to teach you some tips on how, whether you're a student or you're working from home, you can make it work for you. Then we'll do a little things about homeschooling and how to manage that when you already have a busy day, and how to stay on top of it with your kids. And then we're going to talk about exercise. And I will tell you that have your body moving is one of the most important things you do for your mental and physical health. And it may be something that you've given up. I hear people talk a lot about the fact that they've gained the quarantine 15. Used to be the freshman 15. Well, it's been the quarantine 15 because they're eating more at home, they're stress eating, and they're not moving. People were getting out to the gym and they really miss being in that gym. They miss working with trainers, they miss having their equipment. So, one session is going to be all about getting you moving. You know, you can have, in fact, and when I do that session on exercise, I have all kinds of little equipment in my living room, which is one of my favorite rooms in the house, so that I can always be doing things in here. So I'll help you work on that routine. As a self-care coach, I partner with Meakin, which is a global wellness community. And we have energy technologies that really help you make your home safer. I'm also a NIA teacher, which means that I use movement to help you put your body in the position to heal itself. And I do some NLP and hypnotherapy work to help you get your mind together. I'm going to integrate these things through all of the sessions because And when we finish this course, what I want you to feel like is that you have taken a step to make your home your own, a real wellness place, a really safe place. I was in Japan 2 years ago. My company gave me the opportunity to go on a vacation there for 11 days. And while I was there, I learned a lot about the bombings that happened in Japan in World War II. And then it made a lot of sense to me that Mr. Masuda, who started Nikken, the Total Wellness Company, came from Japan, and that his concept was that he wanted people to have a wellness home, a safe home. Because, when the bombings occurred, people's lives were so shattered. And he wanted to bring to the world a place that people could be safe. That's what your home needs to be. It doesn't matter if you're living in a big house, a small house, an apartment. Maybe you're one of those people that I'm a little envious of that has gotten an RV and taken to the road, and your home is wherever you hook up that night. You can create a wellness home that feels safe and secure and fun. And let's not forget fun, because I'm going to tell you, if what you're doing doesn't make you happy and isn't fun, you won't do it over a long period of time. So the suggestions I'm going to have are going to be simple and affordable and fun. Now, I would really love to chat with you. So I'd really encourage you to go to my Facebook page, which is Wellness Solutions Today. Like my page, and every day I put up things to help you feel good mentally, physically, and things, suggestions for your family. I will also, if you would like, be very happy to give you a wellness assessment. If you will go there to my wellness page and send me a message, we will set up a time where we can do a video chat. And I'll go through the different areas of your life. This is a service that I'm offering anyone taking this course for free. And what you'll get from that is an assessment, and I'll help you create a very simple plan that you can put in action. Nothing changes until something moves. So one of the things that I'm going to encourage you is, as you decide to be a part of my class, I want you to be doing stuff each week, to be figuring out what works and what doesn't. And until you make a change, nothing will change. So I'd love for you to contact me this week, and we'll set up a time for your assessment. But if not, I'd like for you to, on a sheet of paper, write down mind, body, family, society, and family. Finances. I'm sorry, and finances. And I want you, on a scale of 0 to 10, to rate where you think you are in all of those. And a 10 is a perfect score. And then I want you to rate where you'd like to be. And then see the areas that you are not being quite as successful in as you'd like. Life begins in that gap. That's the key to happiness and unhappiness. And the more you can close that gap. And you don't have to share it with me, but if anything comes up that you want to see me include in my classes, or that you would like for me to provide some posting on Wellness Solution Today, I encourage you to send me a message. I won't call you out. I never embarrass anybody, but I love getting feedback so that I know that the content that I'm providing is something that is changing lives. When you go to my page, you'll see that I say I want you to join the global wellness community, because my goal is to help people all over the world live their best life with peak performance, and do it through the creation of their wellness home. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you have an energetic, abundant week, and that you'll join me again next Thursday at noon, and ask a friend to come along, because we're going to have fun. And next week is going to be about breathing in the air of health.